cross my mind, you dig? So I'm gonna get right to it, you dig? Now, if you can't tell, I am uh I am the complexion of a nice Snicker. Snicker, you know what a Snicker is? Yeah. Chocolate and also sexy. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about. So okay, I got a question. If anyone can tell me, let me rephrase that. If anyone can answer this question, I will cash out them $20, PayPal them $20 or whatever. However you would like to be received this money, I will definitely get it to you. So this is the question: Can you name me? Uh, can you name me a race that is comfortable, natural? Matter of fact, let me rephrase it because I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it. Anyway, can you tell me any race that purposely and consciously have disrespectful names for their women? I'll wait because you ain't gonna find one. The only race that has this silly, very silly, and unbelievably sad lack of integrity about themselves is black women. I have never, ever heard any other race call their women out of their names normally, and not only that, they actually enjoy being called out of their name. They actually expect to be called out of their name. Because I even got this before. A black girl, she told me, "You too nice, you too sweet, you too respectful. You don't call me bitches, you don't call me hoes, you don't punch me, you don't hit me. You too nice, you too sweet. I need me a hood or whatever she said." And I just looked at her like, yeah, you know what, you right. You need some, because I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? A man knows his strength and knows what he can and what he should not do. And me personally, I can't really understand or really can think of a time that I just raised my voice at a woman or even called her out her name, even though some of them, they kind of, like you say, they deserve it or they want it or they need it or whatever they feel like they in their sick mind think that it's okay to be punched on and kicked up to make you think that's being loved. I guess I don't know, because the way I do my I guess you can say discipline and tough love, I get to get you where you when you're on your back with your legs up. I get to shove it deep as I can. And trust me, you don't want me doing that there. You don't want me doing that there. Anyway, so can you please tell me any race that comfortably, encouragingly, incorribly, I'm saying it wrong, that basically is like, you know what I'm saying? Why do women of color, and don't get me wrong, the reason why I be so how can I say, the reason why I'm so disappointed in them and so disgusted in them is because I know the value of a woman of color. It's priceless, because they are the epitome of what a woman is. Not to say that other races don't have women in their culture. Of course they do, but not like a woman of color. A woman of color has the most incredible, the most unfathomable aura to them. You ever seen a woman of color that dresses as if she has respect for herself? You know what I'm saying? She knows she has a larger than normal derriere, so she ain't gotta wear skin tight clothes to accentuate it. You already know it's back there, so she's gonna wear clothes that is uh, respectable. It leaves it to the imagination. As I said, they have a derriere that's larger than the normal, so you really don't really take too much to imagine, but they gonna make you try though, you know what I'm saying? The girls nowadays, they feel like being an actual woman that sells her body on the street is a cool thing to be. It's like it's something to be. It's like it's what they think they should grow up being. And for me to even say that is wild, because who in the hell would encourage you to be something so what's the word I want to use? It's like, now don't get me wrong, you got some girls who do that because they got no choice, because they got bills to pay, so they, instead of doing it for free, they'll do it for a fee. Hey, it is what it is, but they don't brag about it. You know what I mean? They do what they got to do. They do it when they have to, and that be their business. But they're not gonna encourage younger girls that are impressionable to indulge in that type of activity, because that is like, that's like basically that saying, if a person was hungry, right? He said, "Man, I'm so hungry. I'm gonna eat out the trash can." You would look at that person like, you would eat out the trash can because you're hungry. You would think like, why would you want to eat out the trash can when there's so many other things you can find to eat? But that's the same thing with the women of color. It's like man, I'm so lacking in money. Instead of going out to get a job or get a hustle or do something, I'm gonna sell my body on the street. And you know what? And it's not enough money in the world for a woman to indulge in an activity like that, because it's like, how could you put a price on your body? Like, think about it. You know what I mean? Money. Okay, money. Yeah, money. You need to live, but think about this. Every time you allow someone inside your body, a little bit of you is exchanged, and a little bit of that person is exchanged with you. So that's why, here we go up and get a little religious on you people. This one small second. I know most of y'all don't believe in God, but of course I do. But real quick, that's why God said one man for one woman, because when you have coitus, fornication, however you want to say it, a little bit of you is shared with that other person, and vice versa. So it's not. It was meant for a woman to have 1,000 lovers. You think about it. That's 1,000 different things left inside you. You know what I mean? It's like, come on now. It's like saying, okay, if I was gonna eat anything, we just say a hamburger. While I'm eating a hamburger, you think I'm gonna pick up dirt from on the ground and pick up pieces of trash from somewhere and just put it on the hamburger and eat it? Of course not. Why would I want to put that filth in my body? Like, what's the use of it? You're like, come on now. You gotta have respect for yourself. And that's what it is. It's like the women of color don't have respect for themselves. I give you an example. Hey, you ever heard a woman of color be like, "Girl, I don't feel like I'm pretty. I got to get my hair done. I got to get my nails done. I got to get all this fake material, put it on my body for me to feel like I'm pretty." So you mean to tell me you got to have all this fake material just to feel like you whole? That's sad, man. That's really sad, and it's really like, man. It really hurts me to even think that a woman has that type of mentality, to think that if she doesn't have on fake hair, fake nails, a fake attitude, a fake butt, she ain't worthy. And my goodness, how sad is that? You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, I'm the same color as a Snicker, so I like to keep it like that. I like caramel. I like caramel colors. I like all types of the rainbow, except non-melanated. Not that I don't have a problem with them, but I just love that toasted almond complexion. pasty faces, yeah, they look good on TV, not in reality. So I know I'm saying a whole bunch, but I'm only saying this at this particular time because a black chick just cut me off in traffic, and I just had to express some of the energy that I've been balling up as I live in such a city filled with women of color that just don't have no respect for themselves, man. And it's like, dude, you crazy, bro. You crazy. You don't like a girl with a big old butt? Of course I do. Why would I lie to you? At the same time, though, I don't want a girl with a big old butt that everybody can touch. What's the how can you brag about getting something that everybody else done had, done abused? Like, peep this out. A lot of women of color is as if like have you ever been in one of those underground tunnels where you as you're walking you start seeing all types of graffiti on the wall, you start seeing pee and pieces of trash everywhere. That's how a lot of these women of color, that's how they do their body. You know what I mean? You're allowing these less than men, nothing boys. I mean, the same dudes that you would say, oh, you ain't like him, you too nice, you too sweet, you ain't hood enough. As you get older, the first thing you say, oh, I hate this old broke ass, whatever, whatever. Of course, we all know what they are. But you be like, oh, I can't stand you, blah, 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 blah. But then once you got his baby, you allow him to drag you through the mud, and then your body's all stressed out because you done had the baby of a less than a man ass dude. Now you gonna try to find a guy like me, be like, oh man, I was so wrong. Your sweetness is one of a kind. You know what? I have never met a guy that was so respectful and so nice and so sweet and so original. And it's like, can you take me now? And I'm gonna look at you like you're crazy, because I'm like, why would I want to pick up something that has been dragged through the mud, that's been turned into like a piece of gold that's been turned into some hold on, let me end this. I gotta go do a little job. Let me end this real quick. Come back and get my thoughts together.